I was saying before I invited you in that this is the first time that we're going to do something like this. We have done some funny ads for our racket sponsor HUD. We can talk about that a little bit. And
yeah, I think the last one we did, I hit you in the balls. So I'd like to want to make sure that
exactly.
and you've won a few Grand Slams since then. So maybe we should like do a repeat. I think it's worked out quite well for you.
Exactly. Well, after that, I got the new balls, so then everything worked out in the end.
Okay. Story and asked people to send in questions, yes. And I think like half of the people asked how we first got to know each other, and my first memory that comes to mind is really funny, so I wanted to share it.
Yes, before you share it, Maria, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna switch off the comments here. I'm gonna turn it off so that we can focus on each other now, and then of course later on, just before we finish the conversation, we're gonna obviously have people who are on our live asking us questions.
Perfect.
Please go ahead.
Sounds good. Yeah, so I remember we played this little exhibition, and this is like, I was young. I mean, you were young way before you had, any Grand Slam titles, or I don't know if you'd even won a tournament at that point, but we played this little exhibition at La Quinta in Indian Wells. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And I think we're playing a mixed doubles against each other, and you said that if you'd win, I would have to pay dinner. And I was like, okay, whatever, who is this kid? And you won, and you're like, we have dinner tonight. We're going to the Japanese place. And I was like, are you serious? You and me going to dinner tonight? And so we did. We ended up going to dinner, and it was so funny because you pulled out, I think it was like an old Kodak camera, and you asked the waiter to take a photo of us. And I was like, this feels like I auctioned off myself to a dinner.
Yeah,
and here we are.
It's actually what happened. Maria is saying the truth, right? I think you
were fanboying.
Do you?
You had a fanboy moment.
Do you recall who we played with that day?
No. I don't remember anything about that. I just remember going to that dinner, and this like old school camera comes, and the waiter's like, "You want a picture of you two?" And you're like, "Yeah. It's great memory." It was a really good memory.
Oh, by the way, I lost that camera, so there goes my first photo.
You don't have that. That would be a really nice to share.
But, yes, well, you have to admit to everyone here that you lost on purpose that mixed doubles match.
Ah, right. Okay, I got it. It's funny. I've spent the last 6-7 weeks with my being at home with my family. So my parents are here, and boy, it's it's entertaining because so much of your past and your history. I mean, entertaining is a nice word, but like my dad sometimes asks me, we're having dinner. He's like,
"You're being very politically correct here."
I am. They're great, but they're. My dad said to me, he's like, "Do you like not want to go out like to the private court and like hit a few balls?" And I was like, No. Well, what? No, I feel great. Every morning I wake up and I do like a form of exercise and a workout where I push myself. Like last night at the end, I had, a lot of calls, and I don't know, it was just before dinner, but I was like, I haven't done something for myself and my body. So I went in the basement, and we have this indoor stationary bike. And I was on there for like an hour at like 172 heart rate. And I'm like, what? Why? Why am I doing this?
I know that sometimes I have to go out from the comfort zone of not doing specifically things that I'm doing when I'm without my family on the tour, for example, that I have more time.
Wait, what is defined out of your comfort zone? I want to know what out of your comfort zone means.
Yeah, that's a good question, because what is the comfort zone in the end of the day? You know, I think it's maybe a philosophical question or answer, but
Uh-oh.
I
We're
think
not we're not gonna start
no,
hugging.
we're not gonna
We're
go
not
back
gonna
into
start
that.
hugging trees, right? Because
No,
I'm
no,
not I'm
we
not
won't.
ready for that. I know I
No,
live in
no.
California and everything, but we're not hugging trees on this one.
By the way, have you been to Joshua Park, Joshua Tree Park,
I haven't, but it's on my
California?
list, and I've wanted to go now, but it's closed. So, have you?
You should. You should. It's an amazing place. Yes, I have. A few years ago,
Good
it's like one of the
good
nicest
trees.
places that I've seen. Oh, amazing trees, amazing nature, landscapes, everything. But let's go back to the other
Okay,
part of
back.
the comfort zone that I wanted to respond to you.
Okay,
Um,
back to cooking at home.
um,
No,
basically,
the
what I
reason
was,
I
what I
asked
was,
you the reason
yeah,
I ask you about cooking is because I
yeah.
remember growing up, and I was in my already when I had started playing a little bit of tennis. I was, my grandmother was very much part of our family, and she would cook all the meals for us, and I would go in the kitchen and I would ask her, like, oh, this was so good, like, can you give me the recipe so when I'm older I can cook this? And she said she would never give me the recipes because she told me, she's like, I do not want you in the kitchen when you're older. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. But now I'm every day, I tell you, when I'm emptying and putting in the dishes in the dishwasher, I'm thinking of her. Because I'm like,
Smart
God,
woman.
these men, they eat so much food. It's a lot. Every
Yeah, I
day.
know.
No
Well,
breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, tea time.
hey, we need strength, you know.
You do
We
need
need
strength.
we need muscles to move stuff around the house, right? Move tables, chairs, beds, and stuff. That's where we are, I think,
Oh, okay.
most
What beds are you
helpful with.
moving? And not all of us can be that disciplined. I mean, like, I come home and I'm like, I want a chocolate bar, and I have this chocolate bar. I'm or I want like this big size ice cream in the off season. Like, I will have it. You. Which leads me to say, like,
Yeah,
when you wanna,
I do have my guilt pleasures as well, you know.
like, what?
And I some dandelion root with a sprinkle of peach compote.
Oh God.
You know,
That's
no,
not gonna
I
do
do
it.
love ice cream. I'm kind of weak on ice cream.
Okay. So you have some dairy. Like, what was when you last had like a big victory, which was like very recent, but what did you indulge in, or what was your biggest celebration? I'd say.
In terms of food,
Yeah. Food and everything. Alcohol, I don't know.
no, I'm not big on alcohol at all. I don't drink for many years. Although I saw that one of the messages the questions that you got from one of the people, and you actually posted on your Instagram stories, was whether were you ever playing hangover a tennis match? Was that a question?
Yes, that was a question. We can both answer it if you want.
Yeah, you go ahead first.
Okay.
Ladies first.
No, I will say I've never been drunk going into a match, or like hungover. Well, definitely not drunk. Wait, let me back up for a second. No, I've definitely never been hungover. I'd say the one match where I only slept like 3 hours was not because of alcohol, but I don't know what, something was like happening off the court, and I barely got any sleep. It was the final before the Rome tournament, and I was playing Carlos Suarez Navarro.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how I managed to win that match in 3 sets, but I remember, like, if this is what it feels to be hungover playing a match, like, I never want to be in this position. And you can see, like, when I win the match, I'm just so relieved that it's over, win or lose, because I'm completely deflated.
Yeah. Well, I am also going to say that I've never experienced that on the court myself. I've never been, I think,
Oh,
that
that's so
irresponsible.
boring.
But
They wanted like a juicy answer.
but no, but wait a second. I'm coming there to the point. But I've had crazy nights during the Davis Cup weekends,
Yeah.
and I have been hungover watching other guys play and then talking trash.
Knowing that you were not going to play during that weekend, or knowing there was a chance you could potentially play, but you still took the risk of being hungover.
And knowing that there is no chance for me to play.
Okay.
I
don't know. You hesitated on that one.
No. I just remembered. I did play one doubles match. The doubles match, Davis Cup, Sweden. Yes, we were
Okay.
two love up. Soderling and top guys didn't play for Sweden. And I came back off the Wimbledon victory. It was the first Wimbledon win. I became #1. It was 2011. It was like all my dreams came true. And I traveled like literally the next day from London to Sweden to take part in quarterfinals of Davis Cup. And I was in the team. I was saying that I don't want to be part of any official matches. But I don't know how I ended up playing the doubles match, and I wasn't seeing the ball very clearly. Let's keep it to that.
Oh boy!
I guess it happens. At least it's doubles, so I have a justification for for doing it in doubles, even though it's not fair towards doubles guys, but still was in doubles.
Oh, that's great. Oh, memories, so but not anymore, huh?
No. I'm not good with alcohol at all. Glass of wine occasionally, yes. Red wine, no white wine. I would not have. I don't know. You asked me what was the biggest celebration in terms of food.
Yeah, what was the biggest celebration you've ever had?
There was some cakes, some cakes around there, like dairy and stuff that I usually don't eat and don't consume. And
that's really risky for the viewership. They're like, oh.
You're putting me on the spot here, but I'm weak on my mom's cuisine, my mom's desserts. So when my mom prepares a cake that is made with the original ingredients and original recipe that includes dairy and regular sugar and all these things, I'm not asking questions. I'm just like
you go for it.
Exactly. On the tennis court, I get triggered like nowhere else in my life, and I'm sure you can identify, you can
yes.
correlate to that, right?
Yes, except I think I did a better job of hiding it than you.
Exactly. Yeah. So for all the young tennis players and athletes out there listening, do not watch my videos when I'm breaking rackets. Okay, so this is a very good question, coming from a profile called Alvern14. Maria, if Novak would do an autobiography, what should be the title?
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I have a few, but I have to run them by you first.
Okay. Let's delay this. And he was playing in the NBA, and he won silver with Croatia on Olympic Games, playing against the Dream Team in '92 with Jordan and everyone. And him and Vlade Divac were very, very close. Vlade was a Serbian basketball player, playing in NBA in Lakers. And they were literally inseparable, very, very close. And
I'll have to watch that.
They were roommates, and then unfortunately, war happened, and Yugoslavia.
You're basically giving the entire documentary away. We can go and watch this, right?
Okay.
I mean,
I'm just like, I was very inspired by that, so I just anyway. Everyone should watch Once Brothers for sure.
Yeah, is this how all your interviews go? You just like keep talking?
Sorry, I did not tell you at the beginning, but my interviews last for 2 hours, so we have another 47 minutes.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we are wrapping this up. Let me go through a last question, and
okay.
Last question, I promise, and then we'll finish. We have some questions in Russian here. Оба говорить на русском. Я по-русски я понимаю.
You probably understand more than I do these days. That's not true, but.
So Maria Ryan is asking questions. Are you as flexible as Novak is?
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, no. But I did.
Are you working on your
young.
flexibility these days?
It's okay. I mean, like, you set such a high standard that, you know, you must be like in your sleep with like your leg up, like
exactly,
like, stretching.
Exactly.
No, I used to, when I was younger, I did gymnastics for a few years, as part of like my training for tennis. And then I wasn't like very tall then, and I stopped. Funny enough, I stopped growing. So my parents were like, get her out of that, because my parents really, like, you know, thought that they preferred that I was taller than I was shorter for my sport. So they got me out of gymnastics and took me to boxing, where I don't think that's like the opposite.
What a great switch.
I know, the opposite of flexibility.
Well, I think it gave you a nice balance between the two, right?
Yeah, I had a good, I love boxing. Do you do any boxing?
I do occasionally.
I mean, when do you have time?
With my wife,
you probably don't have any time.
We do a lot of boxing.
I mean, between stretching and the diet and the tree hugging and the meditation.
Exactly. And... Well, how about this? The next time we do a live, we can hug a tree together. And
I would love that.
Talk about
I would. Okay.
We'll stop right there. Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much.
It's a good place to stop. But thank you. This is lots of fun and nice to feel like it felt like I came out of retirement for like an hour.
Okay, well, at least we can have a nice friendly hit in California next time we're there.
I would actually really like that. So yes.
Okay,
definitely.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for joining us.
Appreciate it. Ciao, Maria. Thanks. Say hello to everyone. Bye.